welcome back to Prairie Girl Reviews. Wait. What the hell am I doing?
I got you.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Prairie Girl Reviews. And as you can see, we are finally all back together. So,
Welcome back, boys.
welcome back.
Why are you going left-handed? Okay,
I'm
whatever.
left-handed.
I know.
I'm the devil child. Let's go. Okay,
Oh, boy.
so today we are back for our Wandavision ranking. We are going to start with the episodes, and then we'll have a fun ranking for you that I guess we're doing on the fly.
Yes, we are. Totally improvised. This is gonna be
Should
awesome.
Good. Oh, this will be fun. It'll be a discussion. So our 9th ranked episode, our least favorite episode, was episode 1, filmed before a live studio audience. Now, Austin, I'm going to ask you for the ranking, and then Nat, you're going to go with thoughts.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, so we gave that one an 8.4 out of 10. So I'd go into more details, but apparently I'm not allowed to. So
Yeah. Well, anyways, we thought it was a good, solid opening to the series. Overall, wasn't our favorite. There wasn't really much that really happened in comparison to the rest. There wasn't many reveals, but honestly, it was a solid foundation, and it set up a lot of fun stuff for the future. We did like how it mirrored all the sitcom stuff. That was really appreciated. But overall, it was a good opening.
The acting was really solid too, but that's something you'll hear the whole time. So this
That's his favorite
Falcon
episode.
definitely deserves an Emmy for this series. Paul Bettany probably does too.
absolutely.
Okay, so we will move on to our second least favorite episode, which happens to be episode 2. Don't touch that dial. And Austin, you'll give the ranking and explanation this time.
Wow. Okay. Also, we might have to argue a little bit with Paul Bettany getting an Emmy after his whole
His whole.
digging us into a hole with his line. But you know
I
what?
mean,
we'll give it to
I've
him.
heard that if you actually watch the interview, it's in a very joking tone that the media just portrayed as like.
I think that
serious
boils down.
facts.
I think that boils down to every single interview of all time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Quotes out of context. Not
Well,
a new
even
thing.
though
Clickbait
yeah,
for a reason.
it's clickbait. Yes. So he got screwed, but I mean, maybe he should have rephrased himself.
But right, we bit.
We like him.
Hook, line, and sinker. But get back on track. Number 2 was given an 8.6 out of 10. This was actually a decent episode. I enjoyed them all, but it's sort of broad. Like the magic show was awesome. It was a little bit of a different kind of comedy than the first one, and it still continued to build with plot and characters on what we got in the first episode. The black and white was still really cool. Obviously not on brand for Marvel, but I thought it was really a good, unique touch for them to sort of interact with a little bit of a different audience. So I thought it was good.
Yeah, the comedy also was something I really appreciated in this specific episode, though it does continue to improve throughout. So we are now going to go to our third least favorite episode, technically episode 7? Yes, or 7th ranked episode, that makes more sense,
Yep.
which is episode 3, Now in Color. Austin, you're going to give the ranking, and then I'll give the thoughts this time.
Sounds good. Just to make sure nobody gets lost here, Sebastian, to give you a very clear expectation of who's telling you what, just so you're aware.
Because I'm babying you.
Exactly. We're gonna stop him from cursing at this point. So, episode 3 was given an 8.6. If you haven't noticed it yet, we do have a little bit of a theme here in the order. If you don't figure it out by the next one, there's something wrong with your math skills. But I'll give it to Sebastian.
Oh, so Now in Color, definitely, well, it's in color, which is a nice,
Sky is
start
blue.
to the episode. Yes, we get to see human faces that have some vibrant colors to them in the world. Again, like the sitcom elements are well done. There's the comedy is pretty on point, especially with the upcoming arrival of the babies that we only think is one baby at first.
Yep.
But all the comedy with the pregnancy is pretty fun, and just how quickly she continues to become even more pregnant.
Yep.
And then, of course, there's a huge reveal at the very end that really ties the whole episode together with the mention of Ultron and the death of Pietro and all those great things. And I definitely think that this did improve upon the last one, and it made me excited for the next one.
Absolutely. Oh, just to jump in here before Sebastian gives you the total rundown details of who's talking.
Well, we're back to the start, so I don't have to do it
We
again.
forgot to say this at the start, but definite spoiler warning.
Oh yeah, of course.
100%.
Don't come on. Why are you watching a ranking if you? I mean, I don't want to lose the audience, but why are you watching a ranking if you aren't if you haven't seen the season yet?
Exactly.
Like, come on, man.
Exactly.
Or a woman, or child.
Oh, you're digging yourself in a hole right now.
Okay, so back to the starting order with Austin ranking. You know the drill.
You know the drill.
No, you didn't say that.
Episode 5, right?
No.
He hasn't said anything yet.
Oh yeah, you're right. I didn't say the thing. Sorry, I missed the thing.
Episode 4 or 5?
Episode 4. We
Right.
interrupt this program.
It's an 8.8 out of 10. It was a good episode.
Very good episode.
Take it away now.
We interrupt this program. It was nice to see, like, we got to see more of the outside stuff. I think this is when Darcy shows up.
Darcy, Jimmy Woo,
Jimmy Woo.
and Monica.
I mean, Jimmy Woo, 10 out of 10. Always
Jimmy
10 out of
Woo,
10.
the card trick.
Man, that was great. But overall, it was building upon, as usual. I mean, most of this, like, our rank is, like, based, like, build off of each other. The
Yeah.
episodes get better as we go along.
Absolutely.
Like a fine wine, you know? Anyways, yeah, it was overall really solid. It was
The alcoholics we are.
Yeah. Hey, it's legal. We're in Sask. Mind your own business.
If you know where Sask is, if you're anywhere other than Canada, you might not have heard of us.
Anyways,
back to the episode.
That's about it. You want to move on?
Okie dokie, we'll move on then. So, moving on to the next episode in our ranking, we are at the
Fifth.
fifth
Oh.
in the ranking? No. No,
Yes,
yeah, no,
fifth
there's
in the
4
ranking.
after this. Yeah,
Fifth.
fifth in the ranking.
Also, conveniently enough, episode 5.
5 on a very special episode. On a very special rank.
Did you want to give the rating?
No, on a very special episode. No, you give the rating and you talk about it.
Thanks. I appreciate the
Oh,
boost of confidence. So, episode 5,
Fun to be together.
9.0. Oh, it's fantastic. This is another little bit of a step up, right? We saw that gap between 3 and 4 that's just slowly building and building and building. And I thought this one was like really, really solid. We sort of jump back. We jump back into the sitcom more in this one, right?
Yeah, it's half and
So,
half.
yeah.
This is the beginning of the 3 episodes that are half and half-ish.
Yeah. So, episode 4, we sort of moved away from that, got back to a climate as to what actually happened outside the bubble. We start to sort of fade back into a little bit more sitcom stuff, which is sort of where this show's got its roots. So I thought it was really good. It was a little bit different than what we saw in the first 4, with the sort of half and half. We never really transitioned between, but I thought it worked really well, and it did moving forward as well. So.
Yeah, I mean, this one has some huge reveals with the Pietro at the end,
Exactly.
Wanda walking out of the hex and throwing that drone, which was pretty badass, if I do say so,
Okay.
and just using her powers. It's a very good
against
scene.
Wanda still doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
So,
like,
we're
why
gonna-
are you
we're gonna
doing
ignore
this?
That.
She nearly destroyed Thanos by herself. Why are we trying with guns here, folks? I don't know. But going on to our 4th rated episode, we have episode 6, All New Halloween Spooktacular, where you know what to do.
Yep, I do. So that one got a 9.0 out of 10 again. We thought it was very close, and I'm stealing Sebastian Thunder. Go ahead.
Okay, there we go. Yeah. No, it was a very good episode. It had a lot of plot development in it, in terms of especially Wanda kind of explaining, kind of to Pietro, as we find out later.
Yep.
Kind of, how she's feeling, and she doesn't really know how this happened. She didn't plan this. This wasn't exactly expected. And Pietro keeps prodding her, like, "Oh, where are you keeping all these kids hidden?" The commercial on this one was highly confusing when we first saw it, but finally makes sense later on, which I appreciate.
Yep.
Connecting directly to the show instead of connecting to the rest of Marvel.
Yep.
So I like that.
Yep.
We get the costumes of the characters from, the costumes the characters wear are their comic book costumes, so that's a nice Easter egg.
Yep.
And Vision gets to discover some secrets. Overall, it's just a really fun, good episode.
Develops a lot. I thought it was really good.
Yes, it does. Now on to our 3rd ranked episode. We have Breaking the Fourth Wall.
At a 9.2 out of 10. You see how that flowed? See how that worked really well when you didn't stop and be like, okay, now go. Now you go. See, it works really well. Now it's gonna take the
I
lead.
mean, you are younger than me.
Shut up.
Okay, this was episode 7, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So this was like one of the bigger episodes for sure. This is like when Agatha gets revealed. That was.
Agatha. Oh, well.
Please don't copyright us. Anyways,
We love you, Disney.
we don't know if we can say that, but anyway. Yeah, the Agatha reveal, solid. Like, it makes a lot more sense. Honestly, it just gets better from here. We see. I guess this is when we know Pietro's fake. That was big. We see as said, the little jingle. We find all everything that Agatha's done, which is actually a lot when you think about it.
A lot
But,
more than we thought.
Yeah.
overall, it was solid. It had a lot of plot and background, but didn't feel too heavy on the background.
Yes.
That was pretty great. I think.
Yeah,
No,
no, pretty
It
good
was a
episode.
really solid episode.
And had some really good humor in the style of Modern Family, which
Yeah.
we all appreciate. We've seen the show, so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Final two.
Final two. So now we have episode 8 previously on.
WandaVision. 9.4 out of 10 for that one. And we kind of get, this is the most information we've gotten ever about Wanda before any of this
Yes.
funky
Yes.
business happened with anything Avengers related at all, right? We sort of, although technically you could link Stark to the missile, we're not going to talk about that, but, right, we get a lot of backstory. It's emotional. It's very driven in a different plot than sort of the main focus of WandaVision, but it does do a lot for Wanda as a character
Yes.
moving forward, and it gives us a lot of details that we knew Wanda from Age of Ultron, but like before that was really foggy, right? So this sort of gives us her roots. This is as close to a origin story type of thing that we're gonna get. So I thought it did a really good job of that and earned the 9.4 out of 10.
Yeah, definitely. This definitely also comes with one of my favorite lines in Marvel and becoming one of my favorite lines in TV with "What is grief if not love persevering?" I just find that's a beautiful line and it really hits home. It's really emotional. I love this episode. Really solid episode. And now we're moving on to our number 1 episode. Drum roll, please. I'm not doing the drum roll
Four times.
times. Yes.
If you don't indicate the tempo, it's always 4-4. Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Okay.
Wrong show,
And-
anyways.
Well, we are here for the series finale.
9.7 out of 10. This is a good one.
This is a very good one. Now, I know this one is kind of hit and miss depending on the fan. We all really loved it.
If it's hit or if it's a miss for you because you made up series in your own mind, I'd like to blame
That's
you
on
for
you.
that.
That's on you.
Do not complain
I'm
about a
pointing at
really
you.
good episode if you overinflated the story.
Yes.
For those of you that blew this further out of the water than J.J. Watt and free agency, that's on you. That's your problem.
That
That's not
is
our
your problem.
This was great.
This was a great episode. The action was solid. We get some great moments between Wanda and Agatha. The kids get to participate. We get a great vision on vision battle that ends with an intellect battle that I liked.
Theseus' ship.
Theseus' ship and the mystery of what's going to happen with White Vision. I mean, we get lots of resolution for the characters. It's very, it packs a real emotional punch, especially at the end there with Vision dying and the kids dying and just all of it. And I mean, the scene with Wanda being crowded by the rest of Westview, also pretty emotional and intense because you realize she doesn't want to hurt them.
Yep.
She's like just going through her grief. And I mean, me personally, I even like the Ralph Boner joke because I didn't want this whole multiverse thing right now. It like would have just, at this point, I think it would have just over complicated things right now. I know Doctor Strange 2 and Spider-Man 3 are most likely multiverse stories, but especially Doctor Strange 2, that's confirmed.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 3 is a maybe, or No Way Home, which does have a title. But
What's the title of Doctor Strange 2?
Multiverse of Madness,
So,
confirmed.
what gave you the idea that it was about a multiverse?
Yeah, I know, right? But
It's not like it's in the name or anything.
it's not like it's in the name, but I definitely think that yes, this does directly connect. But I don't think we needed multiverse in this. This was about Wanda dealing with her grief, getting more character development, and getting the spotlight, and getting a kind of resolution to her emotional conflicts from previous movies.
Yep.
And I think it delivered. It delivered in the action, the emotion, and it set things up between Monica going to space to most likely see Nick Fury, and Wanda's kids are still alive, and she seems to be learning how to use the Darkhold.
Yep.
So overall, a really great season finale, series finale that we all really liked.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's about it. Right?
That's about it for our main ranking. Now we're going to get into our ad-lib ranking. That should be a bundle of joy and fun. We're going to go into songs, and then we'll do commercials. And we're just going to roll them off. So, favorite theme song. And Agatha All Along does not count.
Dang it,
It's
no,
not
no.
one. That one is a great song, and it's probably number 1 for all of you, and it's our number 1, but we're going to exclude it because it's not a theme song to Wandavision.
Technically. So we get, how many theme songs do we have? 4 or 5?
7.
7.
Or no, 6, because episode 4 didn't have one, so 6.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3,
So I was close.
5.
Honestly, I'm gonna be
Wait,
honest,
no.
I don't really remember the themes. of
One.
those.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 7 had the
Yeah.
Modern Family. So there's
Yeah, you're
there's
right.
6. There's 6 themes. I'll go first then. My favorite is actually the first episode's one because it's like it's got that classic 50s kind of vibe.
Yep.
And I mean, it's the one that has the Wandavision at the end.
No copyright, please.
No copyright. So I really like that one.
I think that's my favorite too because that's the only one I actually remember.
The Modern
So,
Family Office styled one was like it
That
really
was-
sounded
that
like
was
The
pretty good
Office.
too.
Number 7, yep, and we get a little bit of a cameo to Stan Lee still, which I thought
Yes,
was
with
awesome.
the license plate with his birthday, which I respectable.
That's
um,
fantastic. I didn't mind number 6 actually.
Number 6, the Malcolm in the Middle style one
Oh,
was
that
pretty
one,
good.
yeah,
with
that
the
one.
with like
With the kids, right?
with brushing the teeth and the kids with the camera. That was pretty
That
funny.
one was pretty good too.
Episode 5 was pretty good with the portraits. My dad told me it was based on a show called Family Ties from the 80s.
Yep.
And the portraits and everything was that was cool.
Yeah.
I think from our discussion, I think number 2 was probably the weakest one.
Yeah, the
Or-
Wandavision one. No, that was my least favorite. Episode 3 was also pretty. Yeah, no, they were all pretty good and well. I think they were well written songs and they had a nice tune to them. I'd say episode 2 was my least favorite.
Yep.
Episode 1 was my favorite, and in the middle, probably like 6, 5, 7. Like I don't know, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
That's just a little fun ranking for you, and then we'll go into the commercials, where I think we have better recollections of the commercials. Honestly, I know. Again, I'm gonna say like those first 2 commercials were pretty like I mean, Yo Magic has a lot more to it now that we've seen the whole.
I think I like Yo Magic more now than when I first
oh yeah,
watched
well
it.
for sure, because
It
before we
takes-
were like,
it has I think it's the biggest like plot influence, like the biggest like I guess it's the biggest foreshadow because like, that came out before we found Agatha.
yes,
as a
so
reveal.
it was the biggest foreshadow.
That was pretty sick.
I laughed out loud at the Nexus drug.
Oh, that one was
Because
that
that's
one
just
that
like
was funny.
such a parody of current commercials,
That one's a good
where it's
one,
like
too.
if you have it's like side effects may include and go see your doctor to get this. So that one.
That was
just-
one from number 3, right?
No, that was
Which episode was that from?
that was from
Next
the
one was number
7.
Seven?
Because it was the most modern. Yeah, it was
Right,
the most
right,
modern
right,
because
right,
that's the
right.
commercials we see these days
Yes.
in modern times. Episode 3
It was
had
Hydro
the
Soak.
Hydra Soap. Lagos towels also really good reference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one was a little bit off the deep end, but it was
That
still.
one was a.
I mean, I
That was
caught
a
it
bit of a-
first glance,
That was
but
that was a dark.
it's a hard
actually.
one, and it's really dark.
yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh, that's what you meant? Okay, yeah. No, it's very
The
dark.
Stark toaster one wasn't.
Stark-
It was a creative one using the beeping to remember
Yeah,
like,
so-
like the missile. But
Well,
like,
did you even see with the Lagos one? She cleans up red, which is like, of
No.
course, blood. I mean,
yes.
Austin definitely noticed it by the shaking of his head.
Yep.
Episode 2 with the Hydra watch, the Strucker watch.
That was like the
Technically,
weakest one, I think.
that was. I mean, that
That was
was.
a good callback
It was
to
a
the
good
early
nod.
days.
It
but
was
like-
a good nod.
That was.
I definitely like the Stark toaster better.
Yeah.
Out of those 2, but the Strucker watch was pretty cool.
Yep.
What was episode 5 was Lagos? Yeah,
So-
episode 3 was
Hydro Soak.
Soap. Episode 4 didn't have one. Episode 5 was Lagos. Okay, so yeah, we've gone over them all. I don't know if that's a very clear ranking. We like the commercials. The commercials were always fun to pick apart.
Yeah, they were.
Overall, yeah. And overall thoughts about the show quickly here. We'll go out on that.
I thought it was quality. I thought we got a lot of really good things from the show. It's entertaining to watch, just as a standalone show, but it also has huge implications for Phase 4 and what we got coming up. It's sort of a really solid bridge between Phase 3 and Phase 4. You learn a lot about Wanda. It's just it was fun to watch. That's what it boils down to.
Austin really covered everything. If you ever watch all 23 Marvel movies in a 2-week span, it is a pretty great follow-up to that.
Yeah, don't do that. It's not
If you haven't
easy.
seen our Marvel,
Go check them
reviews,
out. They're on YouTube.
Yeah. Anyways, but overall, like it was a solid like little mini series that like bridges everything together, as Austin said. For a TV show just like that, no, like it doesn't need much more. It
No.
wrapped everything up nicely. Wanda's character, like you got to see everything from like before her time as an Avenger to like post Endgame, which I mean, post Endgame is it's a mess, but you know,
Yep.
like, she handled that relatively well, I think.
Okay.
But overall, I think that's pretty solid.
Yeah, no, I really loved it. I mean, for a guy who's been waiting since Spider-Man Far From Home for the next Marvel content, I
Itching
mean,
for it.
you're almost like a drug addict who's like going off the drug and you're like really waiting. Oh my god, it's coming off. You know what I mean? Like you're addicted to it, and then they take it away, and you're like,
I think my
just itching
wine
for it.
comparison
Yeah, your
is
wine
actually a lot
comparison.
better. Now that you said
Okay,
that one.
overall, you really missed Marvel. I really missed Marvel. I knew these shows had been coming out since they were announced. Of course, Falcon and the Winter Soldier was supposed to be first, but I was just itching for one of these new shows. And WandaVision came, it delivered first Marvel content to Phase 4. It was different, it was bold, it had action, it had heart, it had sitcoms, it was everything I could want and in between. And for the first Marvel Disney Plus show, it was a home run, and I can't wait to see what comes next with Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
So, without further ado, we're going to ask Austin for our final season ranking. And then...
You're gonna cut him off like that? Man, okay.
I just don't even get my own rights to speak anymore. I just gotta
You're like the
report.
worst host
I just
ever.
gotta report to the man.
The man. Okay, just go with it.
So, you got all the numbers. If you had a calculator, you could probably find this out yourself. But we gave WandaVision.
Yes, all our
as a
fans are like
Okay,
pulling
you
with their
gotta
tongue.
stop.
I'm gonna slap Sebastian pretty soon on camera. Don't care. So we gave it, as a whole, a 9.0 out of 10. It was a really quality show, like Sebastian said. It would have been probably even better if Doctor Strange was coming out when it was supposed to in a couple days. Sadly, we got a year, which is unfortunate. But that's COVID, that's life. Things go sideways in a hurry. So now you can just wait and wait.
And
wait
don't
some
see
more.
Wanda for
And
a
wait some
long
more.
time.
Yep. Another
But
year.
she's going to be, according to Elizabeth Olsen, she's like filming 6 days a week, which means she's got a big role in the movie.
Yep.
So I can't wait, and I can't wait to see. I mean, of course, Marvel's got to make it. So if you haven't seen WandaVision, you can understand it. But for all of us who have, we're going to understand it all.
Absolutely.
I just have to say, Seb, you really like to steal thunder, don't you?
He does. He's just like. Anyways,
I'm the god of thunder.
shut up. That was awesome. Nobody at home is gonna be able to see that. With
But our
Sebastian-
light flickered.
with Sebastian
Yeah, no,
flicked.
that was awesome.
The
Yeah,
light
that
went
was pretty
bright.
awesome. I like that. Okay. Well, thank you all for watching this episode. I'd like to ask you all to subscribe, click that bell for future notifications about future videos, and hit that like button to help us, and leave a comment about future videos you'd like to see. And from everyone here at the Prairie Grown Bees team, see you guys next time.